Quick, what is the least expensive way to get your butt into a Bimmer? You might think that it's the 2 Series sedan, but you'd be wrong. It's this, the 2018 BMW X1, the luxury subcompact crossover from Germany that I have found to be quite an intriguing little vehicle during my time with it. The second generation of the X1 came out in 2016, and pretty much nothing's really changed about this car. I've still got the same 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, putting out 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. And that goes to either the front wheels or, in this case, all 4 wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission. I've still got a sport mode for a little bit of zip behind the throttle and weight in the steering wheel, and the transmission has its own sport mode for some more aggressive shifting. But really, why would you mess with such a good thing? I mean, this has got great acceleration. It's super easy to merge onto the highway, 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds. The brakes are excellent. You got a nice firm pedal feel. They're very linear. Plus, the chassis is really well sorted. It's super fun to dive it into corners, and with all-wheel drive, it helps it rotate even more. The only thing I don't like is that, sure, the steering's got a nice weight to it, but there's not a lot of feedback. But then again, it's not like this is an M series. I mean, this is a crossover. But speaking of M, if you can afford it, there is an optional M Sport suspension. Now, this vehicle doesn't have it, but I suspect it would be kind of good for this vehicle. But it's expensive. First, you need to get the M Sport Design Package, $4,600, and only after that does BMW give you the privilege of spending $400 more on the suspension. Nobody nickels and dimes you like BMW. EPA fuel ratings are 22 miles per gallon in the city, 31 out on the highway, and 25 combined. But during my week with it, in sport mode and with a heavy right foot, I'm averaging only 22.5. And while I'm not really one to appreciate compromise is really what the X1 does best. I mean, it gives you a sportier than average drive for this class, and it's all wrapped up in this really nice package that's excellent for the city. You can dart in and out of traffic and you can park it really easily, but you still get excellent utility. I mean, it's pretty much at the top of the class. There's 27 cubic feet of space behind that second row, and when you fold them down, you get about 58 cubic feet. That's more than the Volvo XC40, the new Cadillac XT4, and the Jaguar E-Pace. Up here in front, in terms of storage for little things, the center console's a little bit small, but the large door pockets make up for it. But a sporty drive and good utility really don't mean anything if it's not packaged well. And when you look in the interior of this car, you wouldn't know that it was only $34,000, especially with the quality of the materials in here. And it's pure BMW, right? Everything's laid out kind of horizontal, so it gives you a feeling of open and airiness in the cabin. It does come standard with some faux leather, which I'm not really a fan of, but BMW sent me the upgraded Dakota leather, which is actually quite nice. Now, when it comes to tech, well, there's not much of it, and you're gonna pay for it. But I've got a full deep dive into all of the technology in this car in a second video, so be sure to check that out. There is a reason why these crossovers are so popular, because they give you the feeling of a car with just a little bit more utility. But the X1 gives you just a touch more with some sporty driving characteristics. The 2018 BMW X1 might start at under $34,000, but good luck keeping it there. I mean, this one here, it's got $2,000 for all-wheel drive, $300 for Apple CarPlay, and a convenience package that costs $2,500. And that brings the final price of this guy up to about $45,000, including destination. Still, the X1 has definitely earned its place at the top of the luxury subcompact crossover class, thanks to its excellent combination of utility and playfulness. Hey, if you like this video of the X1, we've probably got an X2, X3, X4, X5, X6, and heck, there's probably an X7 and X8 video right here on YouTube, so be sure to like and subscribe.